Hey, fellow stackers. R-Dub here. Well, this is how it all started for me right here. Um, my whole life, I was like, I just want an ounce of gold. I just want to hold an ounce of gold. And, I'd go on another 5, 10 years, and that's always in the back of my mind. I just want an ounce of gold. I want to be able to hold an ounce of gold and call it mine. That's all I ever want. So in 2017, I literally sat down. I'm like, how do I buy an ounce of gold? Because I hadn't even looked into it. I just remember when I was growing up, gold was, I heard from my dad that gold was not legal to own. And I was like little, like first grade or so when I remember hearing that. And so, I didn't look into it my whole life. So I literally sat down on the internet and just thought to myself, well, I'm going to buy an ounce of gold. So I did a lot of investigating and I came up with this. So I bought an ounce for me in this buffalo, and I bought an ounce for my wife. And of course, when I came home and told her I bought 2 ounces of gold, one for her, one for me, she was pretty happy. So yeah, this is how it all started for me. And then I started looking on eBay, and I'm like, hey, what's this whole silver thing about? And I started looking, and I'm like, wow, look at these cool poured bars. And I just couldn't believe how many bars were available for sale. And they were just so cool looking and vintage looking compared to kind of what kind of silver is being poured today. And what I have here in my hand is the first silver bar that I ever purchased from eBay. I was in Las Vegas, and I purchased it on my iPhone. And but before I got to this one, before I bought this, I saw one of these Perth Mint ones. This is a Type B, but a Type A. And my wife and I were still in Vegas. We were in Vegas, so I was like, man, look at that Perth. That thing is sweet. And again, it was a Type A, which has 4 serial numbers instead of 5. And so I'm at a restaurant with my wife, as the auction is ending, and counting, and I'm a high bidder, and I'm counting it down. Remember, I don't know anything about eBay, I don't know anything about auctions, and I'm like, honey, I'm gonna win. And at the last second, someone came in and outbid me. I'm talking last second. I'm like, what the heck just happened? And I was so bummed out. Well, of course, I did a lot of my own digging, and I figured out that there's this sniping software out there. And I'm like, I got to get me a sniping software. So I got my sniping software. That never happened to me again. When I lost it fair and square. I didn't lose because I failed to outbid somebody, in the last second. So I learned a lot about sniping in eBay, and I started my silver collection, and met a lot of wonderful, good people that I remain friends with to this day via Instagram. I am R-Dub Stacks on Instagram as well. These are nice. Swiss of America, otherwise known as Rolos. There's some that are pretty tough to acquire, and there are others that are easy to acquire. This is the more modest one type. And there's many, many types. I've got some 1 ouncers as well. So I started buying on eBay, started every day. My secretary in my office, who collects my mail, is kind of like, "What's going on?" And I don't want to tell her what I'm doing because that just sounds goofy. I'm collecting silver bars. What's that concept even like? So I just remained kind of quiet in my office, but my packages were arriving daily. This is a Harrington 10-ounce gorgeous bar from Australia. And but some of these bars just have such a high premium to them. I'm thinking, geez, there's just got to be a better way to stack, so to speak. And that better way was really in the first thing that I purchased was gold. Gold, in this case, gold bullion. So I went back to buying things that are not super high premium, like say this is very high premium. Now some of this stuff is just plain old fun to collect. This is a silver mat, just lots of fun to collect. It comes in different varieties. My silver bar stack, I've just got a few things out here. The biggest problem with silver for me is this. Once you start accumulating or stacking silver, it gets to be cumbersome, heavy, and when you're doing it at the beginning, you're like, oh, wait a second, man, this is awesome. But then once you start really getting into it and you start accumulating silver, it starts weighing a lot, and you're like, wait a second here. I really need to reconsider exactly what I'm doing, because when I'm 70 years old, I don't want 1,000 pounds of silver. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and like I said, I just came back to the lowest premium per ounce, or per percentage, I should say, of what you purchase is gold. And it can even be in this format. I think this is a half eagle, pre-33 gold. So I just wanted to make a video to kind of show people, and talk about how I got started in the silver and gold stacking, and kind of where I'm heading. I'm definitely heading towards just accumulating and stacking gold. I know that for some that's just a dream, but I would totally contend that it's not, because there are this isn't a good example, but I just grabbed it. This is a 1/4 ounce. Here you go. This here is a 1/4 ounce 2018. This is about what, $300, for $350. So my point is, if you want to stack gold, you don't have to stack 1 ounce gold. You can stack 1/4 ounce. You can stack 1/10 ounce. You can stack 1/20th of an ounce. There's just so many different ways to stack gold that it's really in everybody's reach. If you want to save a little bit up for it. So anyway, so my where I'm going is to stacking gold. Although I do love the silver, it's very, very hard to sell some of my silver, but I am selling some of it just to make way for the gold, and to use some of those proceeds for gold. So like I said, I just wanted to make a video and kind of explain kind of where I was at, where I'm at now, and where I really plan on going. I don't see me selling all my silver like I just explained, but rather just the bulky, heavy stuff. And just in the future, potentially buying silver. I'm not sure, but if I do, it'll be in the 1 ounce variety or the 2 ounce variety, or maybe even the up to 5 ounces. This is a fun one. You don't see this one too often. Collection limited, 1 ounce. So anyway, hey, I'd love to hear your story about how you got going stacking, and what your future holds for you, or even make a video and put it out there and give us some brief history of what you've done and where you're going with your stack. So I guess that's all I have, YouTube. Sure do appreciate all the new subscribers. Thanks, Corn. Sure do appreciate it. I do try and imitate Corn quite a bit in most everything I do, because he's just a great guy. And I run around my house saying the same thing he says now, which is, I'll holler at you later. See ya, YouTube.